limit function given like this: x, limit x approaches 9, 1 over square root of x minus 1 over 3 divided by x minus 9. And whenever we have a fraction in the limit function, we can multiply with the common denominator and try to solve it. But before that, let's do the direct substitution. Let's try to substitute this 9 in this equation and see what we get. So if I do the direct substitution, this 1 over square root of 9 minus 1 over 3 divided by 9 minus 9, that is 1 over 3 minus 1 over 3, that is not, and also over 9 minus 9, that's 0. Therefore this is 0 by 0, so this is indeterminate, so we cannot have this answer. So let's see what the other method we can use to solve this one. So the other method is, whenever we have a fraction like this, we can multiply by its common denominator and see whether we can solve it. So for this one, the common denominator is 3 square root of x. So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 3 square root of x. If I do it in the numerator, I have to do the same thing in the denominator as well. Multiply this one also by 3 square root of x and simplify this one. So if we simplify this one, this is going to become limit x approaches 9, and if I multiply 3 square root of x times 1 over square root of x, that gives me 3, and then minus 1 over 3 times 3 square root of x, that is square root of x. So this 3 minus square root of x, and the denominator we are going to keep it as it is because we are hoping to cancel something. If we can cancel, then we can substitute x is equal to 9 and solve for it. Now I keep the denominator as it is, so this is going to be x minus 9 times 3 square root of x. Now here, as I see, I have nothing to cancel here, so I cannot simplify this one. So we have to see what other things we can do. And also, whenever we get a radical, we can also multiply that one by its conjugate and try to simplify that one. So here we have a radical right here, so I'm going to multiply by its conjugate. So 3 minus square of x, the conjugate of this one is the opposite sign. Like if it's minus, we will have plus. If it's plus, we will have minus. So since we have minus here, I'm going to multiply by 3 plus square root of x, and that's its radical. I mean, that's its conjugate. So when we have a radical, we multiply by that one by its conjugate. And if we do it in the numerator, we have to do the same thing in the denominator as well. So 3 plus square root of x. Now, still keep the denominator as it is and just FOIL the numerator. So here, if we FOIL the numerator, we are going to get this. Limit x approaches 9. 3 times 3, that is 9. And then 3 times square root of x, that is plus 3 square root of x. And then minus square root of x times 3, that is negative 3 square root of x. And then square root of x, negative square root of x times positive square root of x, we get negative x. And in the denominator, I'm going to keep it as it is because I'm hoping to cancel something. So x minus 9, and then 3 square of x, 3 square of x multiplied by 3 plus square of x. And here you can see we can cancel this plus 3 square of x and minus 3 square of x. So we will get limit x approaches 9, 9 minus x divided by x minus 9 multiplied by 3 square of x times 3 plus square of x. Now here you can see we have x minus 9 here, but here in the numerator we have 9 minus x. Here we have minus 9, here plus 9. Here we have minus x, here we have plus x. So if we change the sign, we can bring it to this format. Like if I take the minus 1 common, I can write it as minus 1 times x minus 9. So let's do that one. Limit x approaches 9. So if I take the minus 1 common in the numerator, that's going to be x minus 9. And then in the denominator, we keep it as it is, x minus 9 times 3 square root of x times 3 plus square root of x. Okay, here we can cancel this x minus 9 and x minus 9. And let's write the simplified terms here. So limit x approaches 9. We have -1 in the numerator, and in the denominator we have 3 square root of x times 3 plus square root of x. Okay, now we can go ahead and substitute 9 for the x values and see whether we are getting an answer. So -1, 3 times square root of 9 plus, not plus, multiplication, 3 times, times 3 plus square root of 9. That gives us -1 over 3 times 3. And here 3 plus 3. So we are going to get -1 over 9 times 6. And if you multiply 9 by 6, you're going to get 54. So -1 over 54 is our final answer. And you can plug this value in the calculator and find the answer. If you do that, you will get something like this. Okay, let me erase this and write it here. So if you plug this value in the calculator, -1 over 54, you will get -0.0185. Okay, this is one way to do it. And there's another way to find the limit function. Like whenever we have an equation given, we can also look for the value that is close to 9 and plug it in the equation and see whether you get the more you close you get, the more close you get, the answer is going to be accurate. So you can get that in that way as well. Now let's do this one that way and see if we are getting the same answer. Okay, so I'm gonna do the given limit function. Okay, in the given limit function we didn't have this 3 square, but this is the common denominator we got, so I'm going to erase that one as well. So this is the given one. The given one is 1 over square root of x minus 1 over 3 over x minus 9, and limit x approaching 9, x approaching 9. Okay, now I'm going to take a closest value to 9. You can get 8.9 or 9.1. It's up to you. So I'm going to take 9. But both of them give the same answer if you do it. So let's go ahead and do it. Here I'm going to take f of 9.1 and plug it in this equation. 1 over square root of 9.1 minus 1 over 3 divided by x. Instead of x I plug 9.1, so 9.1 minus 9. And if you plug it in the calculator and calculate this one, you're going to get negative 0.0183656. Now to get the more accurate answer, you can get a value that's even closer than this to 9. Okay, 9.01. That's closer than this value to 9. This one is closer to 9 than this one. So if we solve for this, if we plug it in this equation again, 1 over square root of 9.01 minus 1 over 3 divided by 9.01 minus 9, and if you calculate this one, you're gonna get negative 0.018503. Now you can see as we are getting closer and closer to 9, we are getting the y value that is converging toward negative 0.0185. That's the answer we got, right? So you can do it in a both way, but this is the most preferred, like factoring and finding if it's radical, multiplying by its conjugate. Those are the things that will be asked on the exam, like you are in college or university. So that's the one preferred, but you can always go ahead and check with this one to make sure you are doing it right. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.